Since I was a child, I have always admired my father's ability to help people regardless of the situation or time. I frequently remember people calling him up when we were at church activities or if we were just out and about, asking him, hey, my kid did this or this happened to me. Can you tell me what to do? Can you give me some peace of mind? And he immediately on the spot would say, okay, well, give me the details. Let's remain calm. Let's think about things. And that is forefront in my mind. I also admired his work ethic. My father worked relatively long days in my eyes and would come home and would immediately start getting to work at our house. If there was something, a chore that needed to be done that he was responsible for, there was yard work that needed to be done, he'd always do it. Really thoroughly enjoyed the people he worked with, but he all the time would talk about the staff that he worked with, how much he liked them and being around them and how much they made him laugh. And he would sometimes share concern and interest in their lives, their specific lives. And so I think my siblings would have to agree with me that those are three good traits or qualities about my dad. I'm sure that they have their own individual spins or things that they would take away and information they could give you. However, we might skip a generation and ask their kids, the grandchildren of my father, and have them pose questions to him so that they can better understand what it was like to have someone in the home, like Dr. Ross. We're happy for you, Dad. We want to wish you congratulations, and we hope that you continue to serve and bless other people's lives as you continue to be a positive influence.
You want to look at my ears with that? You see any wax in there? You do? We'll have to clean my ears out later.
What was your doctor job called?
Well, I am a family physician, and I'm only going to be a family physician for 3 more weeks. So that's the doctor job I've got.
Like, what was your job? Like, what did you do?
Well, usually I would just see people for checkups, making sure they're healthy, but I also take care of them when they're sick, and I'll stitch them up if they get a cut, or give them shots when they need boosters and stuff like that. I actually have my assistant give the shots.
What was your favorite thing about being a doctor?
I got to help people every day.
What was the best part of your job?
Seeing that people were happy after I helped them. Well, I'm quite a ham, and I really like acting. I don't know if I would have been any good at it or able to make any money at it, but I would have liked to have tried it.
Why did you want to become a doctor?
So I could help people. Do you have questions?
How old were you when you decided to be a doctor?
Well, it sort of happened twice, because when I was probably 14 or so, and I thought it was pretty cool, I had a best friend whose dad was a doctor, and he was, I thought, a good example, and I said, this seems like that would be a fun career. I got to college, I started taking chemistry classes, I didn't like them so much, so I stopped wanting to be a doctor, and then I got out of college, I went to law school for a year and didn't want to do that. And then I started talking to my family about what I really wanted to do. And I remembered that being a doctor sounded like a good thing to do. And I talked to my grandmother, and she said, we need more family doctors. And so that's when I really decided to go into medicine, and I did become a family doctor.
Why did chemistry make you not want to be a doctor?
It just wasn't a lot of fun. It's interesting, but at the time I was distracted by other things. But ultimately, I had to take the chemistry classes to become a doctor.
Okay.
It makes me feel very happy when I can make someone feel better.
How do you help people when they felt sick?
Well, sometimes I would give them medicine to make them better. Sometimes I would have to help to stitch them up if they got a cut. And sometimes I would talk to them. Yeah, they got stitches. Sometimes I would just talk to them and explain to them, and they would feel better.
What tools or machines didn't exist when you first started?
So when I first started, they didn't have cell phones or laptops. And so the biggest change was probably those two things. The first time we got a cell phone, it weighed about 12 pounds.
What?
And it had a big brick of a battery, and we bought one for all the doctors to share. And we would take it when we were on call, and the main thing it helped was that when you had to go to the hospital and were on your way home, and they would page you, they'd send a little message on a pager. It's just a little belt clip device that would give you a number. It wouldn't tell you anything except a number to call. And before that, you would get that page on the way home, and you would think, do I want to go home and call the hospital and find out I have to go back? Or do I just want to turn around and go back to the hospital and find out what the page is about? And when I got the cell phone, even though it was terribly heavy, you could call them back and find out what they wanted to know, and you wouldn't have to go all the way home and turn around and come back, or go home, go back to the hospital and not know, and maybe not have to go back. So those things made a big difference. There's a lot of other technology in other fields like cardiology and things like that that didn't exist, and surgery that's all new, and scanners, all kinds of things are different now than they were when I started.
What was your least favorite thing about being a doctor?
Paperwork. Lots and lots of paperwork.
Was your job ever hard?
Yeah, sometimes I had to tell people some sad news or bad news about their health, and things that might even result in them having to ultimately leave this world, and they would die. And I had to tell them about that.
Don't worry. Anybody?
Be patient. Good things happen.
Oh.
That's an even bigger Band-Aid. You want to put it on my hand, my wrist? Put it around. Look, there's a boo-boo right there. Cover it up.
Did you ever feel scared at work?
Well, one time I was cutting a cancer off a man's leg, and it started bleeding, and I couldn't get it to stop, and that was sort of scary.
Did he die?
No. I had to wrap it up real tight, and I called the surgeon, and I sent him over there, and they took care of it.
Oh.
What do you say to people when they are scared?
I try to be reassuring and tell them everything's going to be okay, and that we're going to help them get better.
I don't regret it.
Well, that's a good question. Yeah.
That's why I regret it.
One time I was a little scared. I had a patient that got upset and started saying some mean things to the staff, and we had to have a conversation with him that was very serious, and almost had to call the police.
Why isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think that would have helped that situation, but that would hold probably some salve for my boo-boos. Thank you. Yeah, I'll make all my boo-boos better. Thank you, LJ. You knew exactly what to do with that.
Spell acetaminophen backwards.
Oh my goodness. NEHPONOPECA. No? Darn it. I'm not going to try again.
What superpower would make being a doctor easier?
Ooh, not having to sleep.
That probably would work.
Name 10 prescriptions as fast as you can. Go.
Prozac, sertraline, Lexapro, Celexa, those are all antidepressants. Aspirin, that's not a prescription. Apixaban, Lasix, furosemide, that's the same thing. Voltaren, diclofenac, those are the same thing. Meloxicam, ibuprofen, Aleve.
There. You named 10.
Okay. I think that would be a placebo. That's called a sugar pill.
A
if you could take my home from the office that I wasn't supposed to, what would it be?
Ooh, liquid nitrogen so I could make ice cream.
Did anything funny ever happen at work?
Well, yes. I had a chance one time to take care of 2 children that were going to move to Florida, and they had to have a blood test. And to get a blood test back then, you had to have a finger stick. So I was in my room seeing the daughter, I think, and the brother had gone down to the laboratory, and all of a sudden I heard this scream, "I don't want to die!" Just because he was getting a blood test and a finger stick. I thought that was sort of funny.
How did your patients change you?
I became a lot more understanding of people's frailties as I dealt with patients who had especially mental illnesses, because when early on I probably felt like a lot of people do, that they just need to suck it up and move on, and I realized that that's not true, that some people really need a lot of help to become better. And so I became a lot more patient with my patients.
Is there a patient moment that you'll remember forever?
Yeah, I think I have several, but when people are in the hospital, we used to go to the hospital, and some of those times I remember talking to a lady who was not feeling very well and telling her that I knew that she was a daughter of God and that He loved her. And that made me feel good about what I had to share with her and that she could get better. You're a daughter of God too, and I love you.
What did your patients teach you?
Teach me. They taught me that I know that I am loved and that I've learned better how to love other people and help them. They taught me that it doesn't matter what your religion is or your politics are, that we're all children of God.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
Well, something that made me smile at work was the staff would really appreciate when I go around and give them a fist bump every morning.
That's all we do.
And it would make me smile when I would see them.
What did being a doctor teach you about life?
That we all deserve respect and compassion.
What will you miss about your patients?
Feeling the love they have for me and feeling the love I have for them.
Let's listen to each other's hearts.
Okay, that sounds like fun. Oh, you had a stethoscope, everything. That's great. You know how to put it on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You put it right there. Would you like to listen to Bun Bun's heart? Does Bun Bun have a heart? This is going to go in your ears, and you listen to my heart. You hear anything? How about Granddaddy? Does Granddaddy have a heart? Your heart sounds great. How's my sound?
It's like boom, 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 boom.
I'm glad it wasn't doing something else. That's what yours was doing too. That's what it's supposed to do. Sometimes mine goes boom, boom, and then it goes back to boom, boom, I hope. What does it sound like?
No, get away.
Is it okay? It's not? It is, okay. Whew. You had me worried there, Dr. LJ. Well, I'm very happy I'm going to be spending more time with you and watching you grow up. And I'm sad that I'm going to be missing a lot of my patients. And I might only see them at Home Depot.
What do you want patients to remember about you?
That I loved them and cared about them. And I hope they have a good and healthy life.
Well, that's all my questions.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your interest.